Hello, my name is Keith Rucker. So last weekend we had the big gathering here in Tifton, and again, it was just a great time. We had we're restoring the Oliver 80 table saw. A lot of folks in, and really great weekend. If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to go back and take a look. I had a lot of really great comments on that. Some folks said, hey, I thought you'd never be able to restore that thing, and over the course of a weekend we turned literally a piece of scrap iron into a functional, very high quality piece of woodworking machinery. So this past week I have actually been on the road traveling with my job, so I haven't really had any time since last weekend to be out into the shop to do any shop work at all. And this weekend, quite honestly, after being on the road all week long, just had a lot of stuff around the house that needed to be done. So I have not been out to the museum at all this weekend, and probably won't do any shop work. But I did want to take a few minutes and kind of go over a little mail call type video and show you guys some of the things that have come in over the past couple of weeks, because I have received quite a few viewer appreciation packages in the mail. I have purchased some stuff. Some of it's been through the help of some of my viewers who have contacted me and said they had some opportunities that I wanted to see if I could take advantage of. And man, when I got out here and started adding up or looking at what all I had a really big pile of stuff that I haven't talked to you guys about. And I know a lot of people, particularly the ones that have sent stuff, they may want to see this, and I know you guys will want to see it. So I want to take some time today really just to kind of do a little mail call video and show you some of the stuff that's going on. So I got laid out on my workbench right now a bunch of taps, and we're going to do this one first only because this is what was laying out on the table when I came in to do it, and I didn't want to move things around. So normally I try to do these in chronological order. Today it's just going to be whatever order I can come to. But if you look on the table, there are a bunch of taps. Now the backstory on this is a couple of weeks ago I got a message from Peter Owens, who is one of my viewers that lives up in Ohio, and Peter goes to a lot of auctions and stuff up there, and he knew I was looking for some taper shank drills, and he said, hey, I'm going to an auction, I'm sure there's going to be some taper shank drills there. Anyway, I gave him my cell phone number. While he was at the auction, he was texting me pictures of lots, and ended up I bought a lot of about 70 taper shank drills in a box. Some of them were toast. I mean, they weren't even worth trying to save. Some of them were brand new, never been used, and a lot of them were used but in very good shape and still very usable. So I don't have those laid out right now. When those came in, actually, for getting ready for this past weekend, I needed to kind of go through those ahead of time, and I didn't do it on camera. But I think the taper shank drills ended up costing me about $45 for about 70 of them. A lot of them were duplicates. A lot of them were sizes that I already had, but I was able to really fill in a lot of my holes in my taper shanks by doing that. Most of them were number 2s tapers, and there were quite a few number 3 tapers in there as well, but really was able to go through and make a big dent in that. And in a minute I'll show you some of my taper shanks and where we are on getting all that put together. But thank you, Peter, for helping me do that. Peter also, while he was there, he purchased a big, huge box full of taps. And when it was over, he said, hey, there's more taps in here than I'll ever need in a lifetime. Do you want some of the taps? Anyway, we went back and forth, and basically I bought half of the taps that were in that big box that he bought, and just for the same price that or half the price of what he paid for it. He didn't try to make any money or anything like that off of them, just basically pay him for half of them. And he went through by size, and he kind of split them out half and half roughly, and I got an awful lot of taps. And when it's all said and done, I think I paid about $1 a piece for all these taps. And I think there's about 90 taps here. I haven't counted them all out, but it seems like that's what he told me, if I remember right from the email. So I've got these kind of on my table now in stacks based on the size, and you can see I've got a ton of certain sizes here. This was half of what he's got. The same thing I've got here sitting there. So for example, this is a 3/4 16 here, and I mean there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 of these things. I've got a lifetime supply. Some of these are actually the ones with the spiral that you can use on a tapping head or on the milling machine or whatever to really do some fast tapping that brings the chips out the top. So these basically start down at, let's see, the smallest ones here. This is a 1/4 20 and goes all the way up in just regular taps. The biggest ones I got, there's 3 of these, well, yeah, inch and 1/16 12. So it's not a complete set by any means. Most of what's here is actually fine thread, which is kind of unusual, but you know, as it turns out, I didn't have a lot of these in fine threads. So, but anyway, and some of them are coarse, by all means. But anyway, I got a lifetime supply of these. So if anybody out there is needing some of these larger tap sizes, particularly in fine thread, shoot me a message, and I'm sure we can work out some kind of deal, a trade, or something to if you need some of these, because I got really more than I'll need here, but glad to have them. I also mentioned, unrelated to from Peter's thing, when I got all these taps in a week or 2 ago, whenever it was, I decided to purchase me a little cabinet here to organize my taps in. I'm a big fan. I've told y'all before, I like to be organized. I like to be able to go put my hands on something. You know, before this, I just had some boxes in my toolbox with taps, and I go over there, and you know, sometimes it takes me 10 minutes to find the tap I'm looking for, particularly if it's a small size. So I've actually got several of these boxes for some other stuff. These are made by Hewitt, and they make all kinds of little storage cabinets, fairly reasonable. I think I paid about $70 for this. I think maybe $75 with shipping or something like that. It wasn't that bad, and it gives me a place to keep everything organized. So, and I took all the taps that I already had. I've already got those in here, and before I put these in here, I wanted to get these on video. So we'll go ahead and put these in. So these are 1/4 20s. I've got 3 of these, and whoops, wrong slot. And I had a bunch of those already. So this is a 1/4 28. Had one of those. Let's see, 5/16 24. So I had one of those, and I had a couple of those already. So 3/8 16, 4 of them. Nice thing about this too is when I got them is a lot of these. I mean, there's a taper, there's a plug, and our taper, a plug, and a bottoming tap. So a lot of these I have a set of them, and even some extras. So these are the 3/8 16 here. Let's see, goes in that cabinet. I had quite a few of those already. As you can tell, my drawer's kind of full. 3/8 24 here. We'll drop those in there. Seven 16ths 20. Half-inch 20. These are 1/2-inch 13. A bunch of these. I've got a nice deep drawer here to put them in too, so that's good. Let's see. 9/16 18. This one is 5/8 11. Right there. These are 3/4 16. I don't think all these are going to fit in here. I know they're not all going to fit in here. So we'll just put a few more in there. And I got a bunch of extras of those. See, these are 7/8 14. Again, more than will fit in my cabinet here, but we'll fill up what I got room for. and these big ones here, this is actually bigger than my cabinet goes up to, so this is really good. There were some extra drawers in here, so I put some 632, 640s, 832, 836, 1024, and 1032, just kind of filling up some of these smaller ones. And you know, I've got taps now in almost all these sizes, so all those drawers at least have one tap in them. 9/16 12, I don't have any of that size. I don't know if I've ever actually tapped anything that size, to be honest with you. Obviously I haven't, I don't have a tap. The bottom drawer down here, 7/8 9, I'm missing that one, and I'm missing the 1-inch both in 8 and 12. So got a few taps I can probably still pick up. Additionally, in this, got some pipe taps. So let's see, there's 2 1/8-inch 27s. There's 5 1/4-inch 18s. These are, see, there's 5 of these, 3/8 18. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these 1-inch, or excuse me, 3/4-inch 14. 1 1-inch 11.5, and then I got one great big 1.5-inch 11.5. It looks like. So we'll find another place to put these pipe taps. All right, grab the next box here in line. Before I did, I wanted to show you, these are my number 1s and number 2 taper shank drills, and then I've got my number 3s and behind me laid out on the table, kind of organized. I still need to come up with a better way of organizing these, and I have my number 4s over in another box over there. Again, I need to get those a little bit better organized, but just an update on my taper shanks. You know, these are my number 1 sizes, number 1 Morse tapers, and I started at 3/16 and went to 35/64, so I guess it's the largest one I've got in this rack. And I basically have all of these sizes now. Now, some of these are a little short, some of these are a little bit rough, some of these I may end up trying to upgrade maybe a little bit. A lot of these need sharpening, and I'm going to be working on that a little bit down the road. Actually, I just purchased a seller's sharpening drill bit sharpener, but I won't be able to pick it up until this fall. But when I get that, I'll be able to put a good factory grind on all these taper shanks plus even regular drill bits. But I've got a complete set of the number 1 sizes now. And again, some of these I'm wanting to swap out with some better ones, but at least I've got them. So when you get up to the number 2 Morse tapers, I kind of start my rack here at 3/8 and go up to 1-inch. And out of these, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sizes out of there that I'm missing. And let's see, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 44 drill bits in this rack, and I'm missing basically 11 or 1/4 of them. And actually, I think I may have gotten some of these sizes in some of the stuff that I picked up over the weekend, last weekend. So anyway, what I've got here, this is a box of stuff that was brought down to me by John and Patty Dunn. They came down last weekend for the Tifton event that we did, the restoration event, and they were kind enough to bring along some goodies for me, some very, very nice goodies for that matter. So we'll go through these and show you what all I got. So start off with, brought me some bigger taper shank drill bits, and isn't this cool? 3 nice big taper shanks, all of them still in the original box. So these are all from National. They're not all brand new, but they're all still in the box, and they're all in great shape. So this is a number 4 taper, inch in 19/64. Let's see, we've got a number 4 taper. This one here does look practically brand new. Inch in 11/32. Yeah, I don't think that's ever cut anything. I think that is absolutely brand new old stock, still in the box. And let's see, this one here is a also number 4 taper, and it is 1 5/64. This one may have been used a time or two, but it's seen very little use. So anyway, these are all nice big number 4 tapers, and they're all sizes that I did not have. So this is awesome. And additionally, over here in the box, they had some smaller size Morse tapers, and all of these I think are brand new. And some of these were sizes that, quite honestly, I already had, but because they're brand spanking new old stock drill bits, I went ahead and took them anyway, because I wanted to swap some of these out with better ones anyway. So let's see, we'll start here. This is a number 1 Morse taper, 17/64. So, you know, this is a much nicer one here, the one that he just brought me. So I'm gonna swap that now. I'll put that in my spares. This is a 19/64. Same thing. We're gonna swap those out. Let's see, this one here looks like it might be the next size up. 9/32. Swap those out. 23/64. Again, we're going to swap those out. 25/64. Right here. These are some nice bits that he was kind enough to give me here. Really nice. 15/32. There we go. That's a much better one here. Much longer one. That one there had been worn down pretty good. 33/64. And then I got some number 2 Morse tapers. This one here is a 1/2 inch, which big difference there. Surprisingly, don't have a lot of 1/2 inches in my number 2s. 35/64. Again, you know, we got much longer, much better condition all around. Some of these things here, guys, have never ever been used. 47/64. This is a brand new drill bit here. Brand new. And 29/64. This is actually number 1. Look at there. Nice upgrade. So anyway, got those new drill bits there. But it doesn't stop there. He also gave me some other goodies here. So I thought this was kind of interesting. At first, I didn't know what it was. He had to tell me what it was. So obviously it's a hammer, but it has a number 4 Morse taper in the end here. So if you look here, that number 4 drill bit fits in there. Well, it's not made for a drill bit. What this is, from what I have been told anyway, is what some of these iron workers or people building skyscrapers or whatever, putting together steel structures, they would put a reamer in here, and they could actually use the hammer end to pound in an alignment tool or whatever, and then put a reamer in here to ream out that hole. That would be like a Morse taper reamer. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know, quite honestly, what I will use this for. This is real nice though. It's made by Armstrong, which made great stuff. I'm going to hang on to it. You never know when you might need it, but if nothing else, there might be a time when I can put it on a reamer and just get in there and hand ream something if I need to. Anyway, it's a nice addition and a nice conversation piece, if nothing else. So, and it doesn't end there. Let's see, he gave me some a stash here of some brand new bandsaw blades. I think he picked those up somewhere. Got a couple of spanner wrenches here. Let's see. I don't see a name on them. One is a, well, they're both got 58 on them, so they're both the same size. But hey, you always need spanner wrenches, something I don't ever seem to have enough of. Gave me some pulley taps here. These are some brand spanking new, well, I say they're pulley, I know there's some pulley taps in here. This may actually be something else. Let's see. So got a couple of long pulley taps here. These are quarter 28, two different lengths. This is what the reason I call them pulley taps is on a big pulley you could actually get in there and tap the set screw with these long taps. They come in handy for a lot of things. And then here's a pack of jobber length drill bits. These are 7.75 millimeter maybe. So I don't have very many metric size drill bits, so that's nice. And a little bronze hammer, brand spanking new, never been used. There's not even a dent on this where it's been used. That may be copper or bronze. I think it's bronze. But anyway, it's a soft face hammer that can be used. And really this right here, guys, this is one of the things I'm the most proudest of in this whole box. So this is a Greenfield Tool and Die Company number 8 tap handle. It's missing the actual handles that go on either end, but that's no big deal. I can make a set of those. They just thread up in here on each end. But this joker is in great shape. He had cleaned it up. He had found it at somewhere along the line. Really nice. And let's see, there was one other thing that he brought me in his box full of goodies. Another box here, and has some brand new files in it. So this is a little knife type file. It's wedge shaped. It's filed on both sides, not on the back. And this is a Oberg from Sweden, a Swedish file. They made really nice stuff. I've heard of them before. And this is a Johnson USA, Johnson Brothers file company, rat tail file as I like to call it. Both of these brand spanking new. And again, I have a thing for files. I love files. So anyway, that's all stuff that Peter Owens brought down. Thank you very much, Peter. I really enjoyed meeting you as well as your wife, Patty. Y'all really pitched in and did a lot this past weekend, and really just, it was nice to meet you. Great people. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for all the things you brought me. All right, next item we have here, this is a little package that I got in the mail probably a week or so ago from Jack Hoying up in Fort Lemoore, Ohio. Jack and I have actually been emailing each other back and forth now for, I don't know, maybe a month or two on just all kinds of little things. I've really enjoyed getting to know Jack a little bit over email, although we've never met. But Jack sent me a bunch of little small reamers. These were, he had it packed up nicer than this. I took them out already. But anyway, Jack bought a big lot of reamers from a guy a while back, and they're all real small sizes. So some of these go down pretty small. This one's an 1/8 inch, for example. But anyway, he had a bunch of extras in different sizes, and he kind of just pulled some together and sent them to me. Let's see if I can read this little tiny one here. I can't even read it, it's so small. Okay, 5/64. So anyway, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different sizes here. Mostly small, goes up. I think the largest one in here is maybe 1/4 inch. Yeah. So anyways, real nice set here. There's one 2495, so half a thousandths under a quarter of an inch. That'd be a nice one for doing a press fit. So anyway, nice little assortment of small size reamers. And I've actually got some stuff I'm going to be sending Jack back. We've been, again, going back over email. And I'm going to send him some stuff along. We're doing a little trading on these. But anyway, reamers is something. I've got quite a few larger size reamers. I may have a quarter-inch reamer. I know I don't have anything smaller than that. So this is all stuff that I'm going to take out to the shop, put in my toolbox, and just have available whenever the opportunity comes up to need a little small reamer. So this would be very nice. Thank you, Jack, for sending these along, and being on the lookout in the mail. Over maybe next week, I'll get some stuff packed up that we talked about, and I'll be getting that over to you. Thanks. Another big box here. This is another one that was dropped off for me last weekend at the Tifton get-together. And this one actually came from Adam Booth, ABOM79, who I'm sure most of you probably watch his video channel as well. Great machine shop stuff that Adam does. If not, go check out his channel. I think you'll enjoy it. But Adam was kind enough to bring along several things that he passed along. And first off, this is something, again, if you follow Adam's channel, you probably saw these. A while back, Adam actually, I don't remember exactly where he got these, but somewhere along the line, he picked up a couple of these Starrett indicators or micrometers for checking the deflection on engines. And forgive me, I can't remember the correct name for this all of a sudden. But anyway, basically it's an indicator on one end. Here you put this in one place and you have these different rods that you can put in here for different lengths, and you use this on an engine to detect any deflection in the engine. You can actually see it. It's an older tool. I guess they still use it on maybe some big diesel engines and things like that. But the reason Adam brought this along is he knows that out at the museum where I volunteer, very often we're working on old steam engines, and these were used very often. In fact, this particular indicator was actually developed for use on steam engines. So Adam was kind enough to donate this to the museum, and I'm sure at some point in time when we're working on the engine, this might be something we pull out of the shelf. Now, unfortunately, the indicator does have a few issues, and we're going to have to probably send this off and have it reworked. But it's all in all in pretty good shape. The box is a little bit rough, and one of the hinges is broken, but I think we can fix that. It's a little bit dirty. It's going to take some cleaning up, and I'll probably send this out to Long Island, an indicator, or maybe back to Starrett. I've got to do some research, figure out where I can send it, and get this fixed. I don't think it'll be too terribly bad to do it. You can actually still buy this. This is a Starrett number. Looks like a number 696. It's still in their catalog today. It's a very expensive tool if you buy a new one. But anyway, this will be a very nice addition to have for us to use when working on the steam engines out at the museum. So very nice, Starrett. Additionally, Adam also brought along a bunch of taper shank drills to help fill out my collection. So this is a 49/64 number 2, 35/64 number 1, I guess that is. And by the way, almost all these are sizes that I need. I've already put them back over there, but I'm going to stick them in there in a bit. So this is an 1 7/8 number 4, another nice, really big taper shank. You know, I've got several up to 1.5 inches, but between 1.5 inches, I go from 1.5 to 2. So this will be a nice one to fill in that big range. Another big, nice number 4 here, and okay, this is 1 3/8. It looks like is scratched into the shank there. This is a number 3 shank, 33/64. This one looks brand new. It's still wrapped up in the in this little stuff that peels off. I don't think this has ever even been used. A brand spanking new one, 33/64. This is a number 2, 25/30 seconds. Number 3, 1 3/16. Number 3, 1 inch. That's a nice one. Here's another brand spanking new one, 25/30 seconds. Looks like a number 2. It's still in the also in the original coating that it came shipped in. Here's number 4, 1 31/64. And an 1 7/16, number 4. So a while back, Adam, he knew I was looking for some taper shanks, and he had a bunch of them. He was, I think, looking for an excuse to go through some of them and figure out what all he had and what have you. And these are some extras. I had sent him a list of some sizes that I was still looking for, and every one of these are sizes that I did not have or do not have, or I do now, but I did not have. So Adam kind of went through and picked out some stuff that I could use. Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you for making the trip down last week and helping us at our restoration event. Man, I actually can't wait. I'm shooting this on Saturday, and I'm sure that when he's going to have a video posted later today, it's going to have some of the video he took at our little get-together, and I'm really anxious to see some of the video that he took. Unfortunately, last week, I was just running around so crazy, I really didn't have time to set up a camera. I had some guys that were doing some shooting for me, but Adam brought his GoPros, and when he was working on some of the stuff that he was working on, he was in a little bit better situation to maybe do a little talking and about some of the stuff he was doing. So I'm really anxious to see your video coming out from this our event last weekend. But thank you very much, Adam. Greatly appreciated. Again, thank you for making the trip. I really appreciate it. So this is one here that I've actually been sitting on my desk now for probably close to a month, and I've been meaning to acknowledge that it came. And anyway, when I was getting all this pulled together, I said now would be a great time. Since I just mentioned Adam, I should also mention Tom Lipton, because Tom was kind enough to send me one of his books, Metalworking, Doing It Better. This is something, I sent Tom an email and told him I wanted to buy one of his books from him because I wanted to have a copy of it. He had referred to it in several of his videos. You know, I did a video on flame straightening, and quite honestly, when I did that, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. A lot of what I showed was just learned by trial and error, and I knew that he had actually written some stuff in his book, and that was really one of the main reasons that I wanted to get this, so that I could actually read some of the stuff that he had written. And at the same time, there's a lot of really good information in this book. I haven't had a chance to read it really yet, but I plan to. It's very easy reading. What little bit that I have read, I mean, it's written in a style that you know, quite honestly, a lot of times books like this can be very technical and difficult to follow. This is written in a very easy style that I really enjoy reading, and actually, I think it'll be fun just to read the book, to be honest with you. So I'm actually going to be traveling again this week. Going to be on a couple of long airplane flights, and I plan on taking this along to give me some reading material while I'm traveling on business. So. Thank you, Tom. Tom was also kind enough to inscribe a little bit there in the front to personalize it to me, and I really appreciate it. Very nice book. It's got color pictures throughout, very detailed, a lot of good information. If you don't have a copy of this, I'd recommend getting one. It's worth the money, guys. And thank you, Tom. I was really wanting to buy this from you, but you're so kind to actually just send me a copy for free out of friendship, and I really appreciate that. You know, I watch all of Tom's videos. I know Tom is a regular watcher on my channel, comments a lot on my channel, and I appreciate that, Tom, and I really appreciate this book. This is something I'll treasure. Thank you. Next in line here, this is a package. This actually came in a flat rate post office box. I took it out and had this really nice wooden box here. It says, it gives directions here. Put this end down and shake to slide frame out. Top and bottom are not attached. And he's got on here reuse me, so it will get reused because I ship a lot of stuff in these flat rate boxes from the post office, and so it will get reused. Somebody will probably get something in the mail in this same box at some point in time, which beefs those boxes up. So this was a kind of in response to my electrolysis video that I did, and I actually got quite a few comments from a lot of different viewers out there asking if I had ever used carbon as my sacrificial electrode before, because I was just using some scrap iron. And that's something that I have read a lot about, or seen a lot of other people, or heard a lot of other people using carbon as that electrode. I had never done it, and I actually responded to a lot of people in my videos, no, I've never done it. And quite honestly, the reason is that hey, I've got a whole pile of scrap metal out here that is no good to me. I can easily use that without having to go spend some money and buy some carbon rods or what have you, or find them on eBay, which a lot of people do. But I have heard from other people that it is even better than the steel, that it conducts electricity better, it's not as messy, you don't get that froth, I guess, out there in your water. So anyway, Tom Colson contacted me and said, hey, I want to send you some graphite felt. And this, I think, if I remember right, this is some stuff that's just kind of a byproduct or something from something that he does. He had a bunch of this stuff, and this is graphite. It's actually a felt, which will be great for using as a conductor in the water, because it's a felt. I mean, the surface area on this, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible, because the water actually will go through this. It's not a solid sheet. So again, this probably has 10 times or even greater the surface area of a sheet this size. And so anyway, he sent me just a stack of these. He said he had a bunch of them that he had no use for, that I think he doesn't have really anything in them. So he just sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these, a dozen of these brand spanking new graphite felt. So I don't know when I'll be doing electrolysis again. It's something that I do periodically, doing restoration work. So next time that I do electrolysis, we're going to give some of this stuff a try and see how it works. Always wanted to try using a carbon electrode, but I just was too cheap. In fact, I remember one time looking on eBay trying to find some carbon rods or something. I'm like, I'm not going to spend the money on that when rebar is out here in the pile or whatever for free. So anyway, but this will be great. And talking to others who have used this, you can just wipe it down and reuse it. Really, probably just a couple of these would lasted me forever. But this will be more than I'll probably ever be able to use up. So thank you, Tom. Next time I do electrolysis, maybe we'll shoot a little video and give you guys an idea of how this works. So another one, this one came in probably a little over a week ago, and came from Bill De La Vega. Bill sent me a message a while back. I guess it was in response to my electrolysis video, and I had a lot of people actually during that send me all kinds of recipes and what have you to make some penetrating oil to help break things apart. And some of those I'm going to have to give a try, because there was some stuff in there that I'd never heard of before, and I said, that's just crazy enough it might work. But Bill actually wanted to send me some Croil, something that he's had real good luck with. And I've heard a lot about this product over the years, but I have to be honest with you, I've never actually tried it. Don't know why. I've just always go to whatever's sitting on the shelf, which is usually some PB Blaster, which works great, by the way. WD-40 is not the greatest penetrating oil in the world, but it is a pretty good lubricant, for taking things apart. But anyway, this stuff right here is supposed to be really good when you got something really stuck. And I think it was really designed for doing engine work, but can be used for a lot of things. So I haven't tried it yet. It even came in the nice big McMaster car Ziploc bag. In fact, I think Bill just ordered this directly from McMaster and had it drop shipped to me, brand new can. So thank you, Bill. I've got plenty of restoration projects coming up, and I promise you this stuff's going to get used. And this will be one that should last me for a while. and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. In fact, I may even do a little experimenting and compare this to PB Blaster, which I guess is really my go-to, has been my go-to penetrating oil for the last I don't know how many years, for quite a few years. So I'm going to give this a try, and thank you. It's the new industrial size, 65% more. So thank you very much, Bill. We're going to give this a shot. So here's another one, guys. If you watch Adam Booth's channel, you've already seen one of these, and he even shows this very one on there. But this is a gift that came from Joe Fork. And Joe actually made a couple of these. He sent one to Adam Booth and sent one to me as well. Actually, I think his son was going to be coming through Pensacola on his way to the beach, and he dropped a couple of them off with Adam. And Adam was, of course, coming last weekend to visit my event. So Adam brought it along with him and brought this one to me. So this is really neat. This is a can crusher. You put an aluminum can in here, you pull the handle, and it just crushes it down to about 1/4 of an inch thick. Really compresses it down. And it's made to mount just like this on a wall or whatever. The handle's sticking up, it's not really in the way. You can mount this on top over a garbage can or whatever, and when you put the can in there and you pull it down, the can just, the crushed can just kind of falls right down into whatever, the trash can below it. So this is amazing. I mean, this is something that I think Joe and his son put together some of these as a project. They built these things. There's a lot of moving parts in there. It's welded up, fabricated up, very well built, very heavy duty, and should give years and years of use. So I'm looking forward. It's not painted yet, Joe. I told you in my email I'd probably paint it this past weekend, whatever color we were painting the table saw. Well, as it turned out, we were just so busy that it didn't happen. But I'm going to shoot this probably with some spray paint, and we'll get it mounted somewhere, probably out here in the shop, where it can be used. But this is really nice. You know, it's one thing to send me a tool or something that you picked up, but to have something that was actually made by the person that sent it. I've had several people do that, but that's just always a really nice touch. Not that I don't appreciate all this other stuff too, but to have something that was really handmade by someone is always really nice. So thank you very much, Joe, for sending this along. He even sent me the mounting screws to mount this thing. I've used a bunch of these similar designs to this over the years, but I don't know that I've ever seen one as well built as this one, and also in this design. I really like, a lot of them are straight up and down, and you have to kind of reach your hand there and pull the can out, but this was really neat that the can just falls out whenever you do it, and it's mounted horizontally rather than vertical. Anyway, I'm looking forward to putting this to use, and I have no doubt that this will last a lifetime. And last, but by no means least, I want to show this one, and I saved this for last, quite honestly out of embarrassment, because this is one that was brought to me this past weekend. It was handed to me out at the museum. We were doing our get together. One of the people that came brought this, and I cannot remember who it was, and that is very embarrassing. I'm sorry, I just can't remember who brought it. I remember when you handed it to me, but it was in the middle of a bunch of stuff going on, and I just can't remember who handed this to me. So if you're the mystery person that brought this to me, please send me an email, send me something and let me know, because I really want to give credit where credit's due. But very nice gift nonetheless, and I almost didn't even show this because I'm too embarrassed, but it is very nice, and I wanted to make sure that we gave credit. So first thing he brought was, this is a bar, an ingot of Babbitt, and of course, you saw from my video, I do actually a good bit of Babbitt pouring, and this is some United American Metals government genuine Babbitt. So this is going to be true. I believe this is tin based Babbitt, which is what the genuine Babbitt is usually tin based. It looks like tin based, it feels like tin based. So anyway, I've actually got some information. I think I can look this one up to come up with the analysis on it, but very nice. And as a side note, I actually have you know, I've done a lot. I've been pouring Babbitt in these old machines now for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, and I've actually over the years have put together a collection of old ingots of Babbitt, and I call it a collection. I'm not opposed to going and pulling out something and using it when I need it, but this is actually a really nice new old stock, old ingot of Babbitt, and I really like some of the designs in these, and this is going to go in my collection at least until it may get used one day. Usually when I'm pouring Babbitt, I'll use something that I have a lot of, but I don't know if I've got one of these or not. I've seen this particular one before, but I don't know that I've got a United American Metals, a government genuine Babbitt, so this one's going to go in my collection. So also, he also brought along a couple of these little brass oilers. And again, this is something that you see on old machinery, old steam engines, things like that need a constant flow of oil. And what you would do is you would fill up this little glass oiler, and you can see there in the sight there how much oil was in there. And to turn it on, it's got a little plunger in here, a little valve, and to turn it on, you just kind of flip that up, and when you do that, this is kind of like a cam on the top, and it pushes it down, and it starts dripping oil out of here. And you can actually see down the bottom, it's got a glass, and you can see how quickly it's dripping. And there's a little brass knurled knob here on the top, and you can turn this one way or the other, and that basically adjusts that valve in there to either have it drip faster or slower, so you can adjust these. And these are used on a lot of old machinery and what have you. So this is something else I'm sure they'll get used at some point in time. He gave me a nice pair of these. You can still buy these new, but these are some old ones, and the old ones, quite honestly, are built a lot better than stuff you can get new now. So I'll put these, I've actually got some of these. I don't know that I've got some this size, but I've got some of these. I pick them up whenever I can find them because they're getting a little bit harder to find. So I'm going to put this in my collection of oilers. And again, anytime I'm working on an old piece of machinery and need a new oiler, it's nice to be able to have some of these to go pull off the shelf and use. So again, thank you very much. Please send me a message and tell me who gave this to me. I'm embarrassed again, but I wanted to acknowledge it. So thank you for the Babbitt and the oilers. And I think that pretty much wraps up all the stuff that has come in the last couple of weeks. Wow, it's a lot. A lot of these were just pure gifts. Some of these were things that I had purchased or done some trading for. But it's always nice to get new stuff and to have stuff coming in, and it really amazes me, guys, at the generosity of all you guys, the viewers out there, sending stuff to me. You know, that's not the reason I do this by any means, but it is really nice to get something in appreciation, I guess. Not that I'm trying to get you guys to send me something. That's not the purpose of me saying that, but it is that I am very appreciative of you guys, and I appreciate your comments as much as anything else when you comment to my channel. And again, I say this in just about every one of my videos, I read every one of the comments. It really means a lot to me to read what you guys have to say about my videos. You know, I don't have time to reply to each and every one of them. If you do ask a question, I try to reply to the questions, but thank you for those comments. And you know, I looked this morning, I think about 9,100 subscribers. So we're about 900 subscribers short of hitting 10,000 subscribers on my channel, which, you know, goodness knows. I started this, I think last August is really when I really started kind of producing a lot of these videos. I had a few videos up before then, but really about last August is when I got serious about trying to regularly post some machine shop stuff and restoration stuff on my site. And when I started it, you know, I thought, man, if I ever got, you know, 1,000 subscribers, that it would just be unbelievable. And here it is, it hadn't even been a year yet, and I'm already almost at 10,000 subscribers, and that really just blows my mind. Thank you so much for all you guys who are subscribers out there to my channel. You know, it doesn't mean anything, I guess, to anybody except me to know that there are that many people out there that are watching. You know, it's not like I'm making money off of this or getting rich off of it or anything like that. I do this because I enjoy doing it, I enjoy sharing, I really have just really gotten a kick out of everybody out there who enjoys some of the stuff that I do for fun. and my shop stuff that I do, it's a hobby for me, guys. This is not a full-time job. I have a full-time job that keeps me busy in a totally different area outside of machine shop and restoration work. This is kind of my thing that I do for enjoyment. I have worked as a machinist in the past and doing some of this stuff professionally, but I don't do that professionally anymore. But it's really just, I really just get a kick out of the fact that you guys are watching this and give me the feedback that I have. And at the same time, I'm learning from a lot of the other guys out there on YouTube. I'm learning from you guys when you comment to my channel. Sometimes you just make a suggestion, hey, you know, I do this a little different or whatever. And you know, I try not to take that as criticism, but you know, very often I pick up tips from you guys when you send me that kind of information. So thank you again to all my subscribers. Thank you for watching my videos, and we'll try to keep these things coming. So thank you very much. We'll see y'all later.